You would need to leave the LCMS in terms of membership. A person cannot officially a member of two churches. So yeah, depending on where you were going, here's the thing. Keep in mind, this is really, really awkward and annoying, and man made it up, so it doesn't matter. But it is the system that we have. You are not a member of the LCMS. The only members of the LCMS are congregations as they are constituted. That is what your constitution says. That constitution, that voters' assembly is, as a voters' assembly, a member of the synod of the Lutheran Church that meets in Missouri, headquartered in Missouri. The other members of that synod are the pastors, the called ministers of the gospel, ordained. I believe the called ministers of the gospel non-ordained, which is everybody else that works in church and can get a call so that they get tax benefits from the government, because it's not really the biblical call, not in the same way as a Christian call. It's a call of vocation. I believe they are also members, but they are not voting members of the synod. And not all pastors that are members are voting members, because there's like a split level of structure. But so here's the thing. Everybody else is a member of a congregation. And that means really nothing more than that you commune there regularly. That's what membership means. But then you also, in most LCMS churches, are a communicant member and therefore also a voting member. And that's where the language member becomes more tied. So when communicant membership and voting membership are the same thing, which they don't have to be, but they are in a lot of congregations, you are a member of one voters' assembly. You are not allowed to retain membership of two voters' assemblies. So while you can commune at multiple places, you would have that membership in one. Now, if you cease to be a member of a voting assembly that is a Missouri Synod affiliated voting assembly, and you become one of someone that is not affiliated with us, and even that they themselves say, we won't be affiliated with them, which is what the Wells is at the moment, which is understandable, honestly. If you join that, well, then you're a member of that congregation, and by extension, not a member of an LCMS congregation, and thereby not a communicant in an LCMS congregation, nor should you be, right? Because you've chosen one that says we're so heterodox we're dangerous. So yeah, but that's not about being a member of the LCMS. It's about being in communion with the LCMS. And I think the more we think about things in those terms, we think about communion as being our identity in Christ a little bit more. Some guy wrote a book about that recently. That the more that we're able to do that, the more we see communion is what it's about. The idea of membership won't be such an issue, but changing churches so that you don't commune anymore, well, that'll be an issue, right? That'll be an issue. But maybe it's what you need to do. And it doesn't mean that we're not friends anymore. In fact, maybe we're working toward unity, and the only way to get there is to be honest about the differences that divide us in the first place.